This is actually my favorite book in the whole series. Book review. The Dark Tower by Stephen King is the 7th book in the Dark Tower series. Yeah, this one's my favorite. Kind of a hot take. Some people don't really like this one. And I will say, while it is my favorite, it is not the best book in the series. It's definitely got some flaws. But it is my favorite nonetheless. I think there are so many eventful and memorable things that happen in this novel. I would hope so, because it's really thick. Now, the reason that I've talked about Stephen King and where he is at in his life with every Dark Tower review I've done kind of culminates here. I think the beginning is actually insane, and it sets a really crazy tone for the rest of the book. I think the endings to all of the character arcs in this book are kind of perfect, except for one. If you've read it, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, there's a certain character who is handled very poorly because he's one of the most iconic Stephen King characters of all time, and he was done real dirty at the start of this book. Everybody else, though, I think was handled with great care, and I'm really happy with what King did with just about everybody else. There are so many good action scenes in this book. It's awesome. The book does an amazing job of taking you on this journey. It feels very grand in scale, and you feel differently with each part of the book that you read. If there's one thing that I do kind of have a complaint about, it is the tie-in with Insomnia. This set up such an interesting idea, and I don't know if it was executed properly. I almost feel like King didn't know how to tie this book in with the rest of the series, and he kind of just shoehorned it in right at the end. And I don't know if I really like that, because Insomnia was really underrated. I guess I just feel like if King would have taken a little bit more time and really developed different ideas, he might have been able to tie Insomnia better into this book. That being said, this book does just about everything else right. And maybe this is another hot take. I think the ending was perfect. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I just think that this ending has a lot to say, a lot of great themes, and I think it's more profound than a lot of Stephen King's endings. All in all, I was so happy that I read The Dark Tower. It was one of the most satisfying experiences I had in a long time. I think this was the first series that I had read all the way through since I was a kid. And doing the extended book order reading, where I read like over 20 books for this, was so much more satisfying. Let me know what you guys thought about the Dark Tower series if you've read it. If not, I hope you do, because it's great.